Airplane mode, y'all, let's go, baby, woo!
Okay, let's go.
Good enthusiasm.
Hey, Ken, you hype?
Yeah. Oh, hey, can you? No, for real though. Can you order me some French fries? Hey, who wants McDonald's too? Because I'm getting McDonald's on the side.
Why don't we just get McDonald's?
Let's just get McDonald's.
We just had this conversation. Oh my god.
No, because I just want French fries on the side.
But now you're doing the who else wants McDonald's?
Because if I get French fries, I'm gonna get the whole shebang.
I gotta get the whole thing.
You didn't order.
Alright, let's get McDonald's, boy. Get McDonald's then?
So Joe, dude. This is so
That dancing. We're gonna save this video and put it on Instagram.
Dude, that sounds like fucking vinyl scrap. That sounds like vinyl scrap.
Hey, Joe, what are we getting for lunch?
McDonald's!
There's McDonald's in Hawaii.
You guys are ordering McDonald's on this off the record.
Yeah, what's up? That's off
That's
the record.
hilarious.
Watch JK order lunch.
We're ordering. Oh, it's because the camera's already rolling. Here, go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. We have a very, very amazing episode ahead of you of the Careful Boys featuring today Kristen, everybody. Kristen! And you know what? Kristen's got a great little story to share, so everybody grab your popcorn. Let's get into it. We're talking about murderers.
Everybody likes murderers these days.
I know. People are dressing
You got
as
an
them.
axe in your shirt. All right, continue.
Yeah, so I know it's a hot topic right now. Dahmer.
Dahmer.
You guys
what a
saw-
hottie.
Mr. Dahmer.
So sexy.
Why don't you eat the sandwich I made you? That's my
Hey.
favorite part.
Would you have dated him in his useful years?
I mean, I'm not a
Without-
man. I don't think he
But
would date
without,
me.
without knowing that he was bad, just this look.
She's got a
But
fat.
I mean,
Just off the looks.
Yeah, just from the looks.
Aside from looks, is your type.
If he was on Hinge, would you swipe right or left?
Yeah.
I don't think. I think I would find him on Grindr. I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah.
But like for the sake of the story.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not my type.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dahmer really popping right now with the Netflix show that just came out. We all know what he did, but the crazy thing behind it is my dad was a lieutenant for the Milwaukee Police Department at the same time as all this was going down.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
And this went down to Milwaukee, so I don't want.
Yeah, it's in Milwaukee.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, so I was, watching Dahmer. I didn't really know the story before. I knew he was a serial killer. As I'm watching the show, it seems really, really familiar to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think my dad told me this story when I was really young. I was probably, in...
Great story
Yeah,
to tell for
I
a
was in-
young child.
Yeah, I know. I was in like grade school, but my dad, he would come back from work. He would tell us these stories that would happen when he was on the...
You wouldn't believe the confidential shit I'm about to spill.
What a day.
She's like 9 years old. How was work, Daddy?
It's career day at school. You're supposed to bring a parent in to talk about their job.
Your dad goes in talking about
That's
Dahmer.
tight.
So there's this guy.
He killed a lot of people. Like a
Ladies, you don't have anything to worry about. You boys, watch out.
Little boys. Yeah, so I'm watching the show and I'm like, I recognize this. And my dad used to tell us stories. So I was just in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago and I realized that my dad had told me the Dahmer story before all of this came out because he was a part of it. So I was like, hey Dad, I need you to spill the tea. He hadn't seen the show, but I was like, tell me what you know about it, because I want to figure out like how they perceived it. And yeah, so he was the lieutenant at the time. He wasn't directly on the case, but his friends were. Like, some of his buddies were the two guys that like let the one kid go, and they were a part of that. So the story behind that they didn't share on the media, the reason, because the police department back then and now how they perceived it, they got a lot of backlash on it. Like, you could have prevented this, all these cases, but apparently at that moment the police department was completely flooded. The crime was so bad. Like, he would be getting calls nonstop, and their protocol was, if there's something serious going on, you take that. So that's why the cops kind of let that go, because they were just getting calls left and right. But yeah, my dad, he actually saw the photos, the Polaroids that Dahmer had.
Whoa.
Yeah, he saw them because he was helping investigate all of it. The 3 photos that he specifically remembers, had in the freezer. He's seen that photo himself.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
It's a wild photo.
Yeah, it's nasty. Another one that he saw was, I don't think they showed this in the show, but a body completely skinned in a bathtub. There's a Polaroid of that.
Wow.
And then the third one he vividly remembers is there were 2 hands chopped off, and a penis in between that was chopped off, and he like put it artistically like in between.
Oh, like a little butterfly.
The 2 hands. And there's a Polaroid of that, so really, really crazy. My dad saw all those Polaroids. Another part of it, he was talking, because one of his friends was the guy that was the investigator.
Don't point at me. Don't point at one of his friends.
One of his friends was the guy that was the investigator, so talked to Dahmer, you know, got all the details, and like they showed it in the show, Dahmer was completely calm and explained everything that was going on. But one thing for protocol that they asked them is, have you ever experienced anything yourself? Have you ever been a victim? And Dahmer actually said that, you know, he was doing this stuff, he would drug the guys. There was one night that he drank too much, crazy alcoholic, and he blacked out and he woke up and he was tied by his hands and his feet, and some weirdo that he was trying to do stuff to was doing it in return, and he was like, I do this to other people, and really graphic. I guess he took like a candlestick and was like shoving it up his ass like Dahmer, and like doing weird stuff to him, and then ended up letting him go. Dahmer thought he was gonna get killed, but he was telling the police department, like, I know I've done some bad things, but there's other really bad people in this city. So he also had been a victim himself. Yeah, I don't know, he was just directly involved with all of it.
I wonder how true that is. Like, there's other serial killers, and then they're all just like, yeah, they're bad.
Well, Dahmer can't really talk though, huh?
We did a collab. On each other. It was like a little, it was a match.
Post for post.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
I don't know, it was just crazy that he was directly involved and how big of a case that was at the time. You know, Milwaukee's a bad city, there's a lot of crime that goes on, but that was one of their only serial killers, and you know, he was directly involved with all of it, so I think that's pretty cool. Shout out my dad.
Shout outs to cops out there too, man, because whatever crime scene they walk up on, it's just crazy shit. You know, like you can't predict what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you could open a door and someone's like head blown. Like our buddy, he's like, he heard like a shooting call, and then he had to go through and investigate. And when he opened up the door, someone just blew their brains out, and it was splattered all up against the wall. And he's all like, that's the first thing he saw. And it's like, that's like every day. Like you see crazy stuff, and I'm just like, man, after a while, no wonder they get desensitized. And humor seems to be the common thing for like first responders, whether it's like cops or like trauma nurses or emergency like rooms. Like after a while, you get it, because it's like that's the only way they can kind of cope. They just make fun of everything, and I'm like, yeah.
Does your dad have a good sense of humor about this type of shit?
Yeah.
He has like pretty dark jokes.
Yeah. I definitely have my dad's comedy, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
for sure, super sick in the head. Let's go. I love the murder stuff, but yeah, there's another story. So not only my dad was a cop, but my uncle was as well. It's kind of like a little family thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And when my uncle,
When they're together, do they have like a smirk because only they understand certain things, or they have like a common understanding and no one else?
You mean like
Yeah.
shit falling off the back of the truck on the way home from military shit?
No. I'm talking about just, you know, we protect the city.
yeah, absolutely. They were on different departments, but my uncle, when he was first starting out, he got called to a scene, like a burglary, like some crime going on, and he showed up to the apartment, or it was a house or something. He knocks on the door, someone answers and was like, oh yeah, he ran out the back door, and then my uncle went to investigate, and the guy ran. That was the guy, like,
Oh my god.
doing some shit.
Like some Three Stooges.
So he got away with that.
That also means probably he got like shit for it at the department afterwards for like a long time, huh?
Fuck the new guy, just letting people go. There's this crazy thing. I don't know if you've heard of this right now. It's happening currently in Milwaukee. My dad's not on the department anymore, but
Is he retired?
Yeah, he's retired.
He did like 20 years, or like 30 years or something.
Yeah, he did a good amount of time. He retired early. He won like some lawsuit. There was some like stuff going on in the police department. I don't really know how that worked out, but
Nice exit.
yeah, now his new wife owns a security company, so like, you know, he really likes it. He's helping build it. Kind of makes him feel like a cop again. That's security. It's a complete downgrade, but like, he'll like
Yo, shout out my dad. By the way, you're a loser now.
You're a loser.
he's really smart on the business side, but like he still likes doing that kind of stuff. But right now in Milwaukee, you guys should do a story on this sometime. There's these.
We're doing it right now. Talk about it.
Okay, there's this group called the Kia Boys. Have you heard about it?
Oh wait, they're the ones that they jack all the Kias, yeah.
Why Kias?
Because it's easy to steal.
They're easy to jack, but it's not just like gang members. They're like 14 to 18-year-old kids doing it. So they're if they're under the age of 18, they're not going to jail. They're just getting like a little. Don't steal the cars, but
That's true.
They're stealing all these Kias and they're driving recklessly, crashing them. They're not even using them for.
I didn't even know Kias existed anymore. Like I don't even see them on the road.
Yeah, they just deleted all Kias when
Is it because they all just send Kias to like Milwaukee?
Dude, I see Kias all the time.
There's a bunch of them now, yeah.
There's some in the parking lot.
Joe just came back to earth.
Do they even have a Kia lot though? Like I haven't seen any Kia dealerships.
there's
There's Kia
They're definitely-
dealerships at all car dealership.
Oh, you know what might be? Because they rebranded a little bit and they changed the logo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think Joe's just not paying attention.
Kias to me are
Trying
like
to give it out,
Saturns.
man. Thanks.
Kias are like Saturns. They disappeared.
But they're coming up pretty big, though.
Kias are dope.
And now they're getting.
Oh, is it because their logo looks like that KK?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. It looks like blades. It looks like little razor
They look
blades.
cool.
Yeah, they got some actual dope like SUVs.
That's why you don't see them now, because you expect to see a dorky thing. Yeah. But they got cool.
Yeah, but they're getting stolen. I was just home a couple weeks ago. My dad, one of their work cars, got busted into, and these guys were trying to steal it. I think it was a Kia, yeah. I mean, they're doing other cars too, but they're known as Kia Boys. But he let me borrow his car to drive places, but they have these things where you lock the wheel. So every time I would park, I felt.
Yeah, like the old school ones.
I would feel super sketch. I had to like put this thing on the wheel and like take the key.
Is it red? Red stick?
Yellow. It's like the little.
It's a club.
It's a club.
I got one. Dude, this is
We all had the club back in the day.
I got one right now.
Well, I'm not used to that.
I got one right now.
You don't see them that much.
Go get it. It's
But
gonna take you like
yeah.
12 minutes to go find it. Then we're gonna be in a new video already.
Where are you going?
Classic Joe. He's like, I got one right now. Literally, he's gonna be back in the next.
He's gonna go look for 20 minutes. He goes, I left it in Hawaii.
Why is it not on the steering wheel?
We should do an entire JK adventure. Joe,
Oh, he's getting his keys. Okay.
Wait, he stepped out.
He's really proud of this. So the club was a big '90s thing to have.
Oh, dude.
Like it was on all the infomercials. Like call this now, you get like one or two more.
yeah.
I think it was also dope to know that you had that in your car, kind of like a.
Girl, you talking about one of these? You talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about one of these?
Why? This is how you know the age is so different, dog. Like we grew up using these. Like
Why you still have it?
Because he needs a first car.
You still use it?
Cars still have steering wheels.
Because old cars you can still steal in like the old ways very easily.
and you gotta protect the deal.
You better put that back on your fucking car, dude.
It's gonna be gone by the time you come out.
Your car's a hot commodity.
left it unlocked right now too.
There's no time.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yep, exactly.
So yeah, you stick that on the steering wheel and it keeps it from like turning.
Yeah,
You can't like
you go.
yeah, it just like
Did you know there's an infomercial that teaches you how to dismantle it?
An infomercial?
In the infomercial, because they're trying to sell a new product. So instead of the club, they have the pedal one. And they said, see, the reason why the club doesn't work, all you need is a saw. So they got a saw, you saw the steering wheel, and the steering wheel just bends, and so you just pull the club out.
yeah. Because the steering was easy to fucking cut.
But the pedal one, it locks in place, and you can't cut the pedals out because you need it to drive.
Yeah, but if they ruin the steering wheel, that devalues the classic status of my truck.
Tell him, Joe. Let him know.
I feel like robbers are gonna be like, nah, dude, we're trying to steal this in pristine condition.
Especially when the door's unlocked.
I was wondering when I would hear someone talk about the club like it's an artifact.
Yeah, dude, that was it.
yeah.
I'm like this thing.
This
Yeah.
rod thing.
Yeah, I never heard about that.
That's tight. Wait, so when you made the connection that like your dad was a part of this stuff. Was it like, oh shit, that's Dahmer? Like, how did you know that was him?
Well, I knew because I remember him telling me a story about Polaroids and a head in the freezer.
Oh,
So as soon as that came
Pretty
up,
classic.
I was like, yo, this
You
has
probably
gotta
knew
be
about
him.
it like months before anybody else, like publicly.
Yeah, and I'm like in first grade.
And he's like, okay, good night, sweetie.
I also wonder if, like, at that time in the department, it's like maybe your dad's not working on the case, but when you get something so fucking wild, like Polaroids of that,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, let me see those photos.
Yeah, but he was,
You
he was
know
the
what I mean?
lieutenant, so he was like higher status. Lieutenant was
Right.
dealing with all that stuff.
the detectivizing, like you know, the detectivizers are doing
That
that.
word.
Supervisors of
The supervisors are looking at what the detectivizing guys do, and then they go, oh, all right, good job.
Good work, Johnson.
Really good, yeah.
Good detective work. Where to find those pulls?
When you lieutenantize, right, you typically just supervise. That's what the lieutenant does.
I mean, if you have access to the evidence chambers, like, wouldn't you just kind of like, ooh, whoa, damn, look at this shit.
Talk about a bad day.
You get full access. That's kind of cool.
I'm sure people would, like, I would be curious. There's no way, even if it's fucking grotesque or something, even if it's like, yo, dude, we got like this fucking, whether it's drugs, this giant ass fucking pound of money, or a bunch of money to murder, whatever, like, I'd be curious. That's curious.
People like in hospitals do the same thing. They're like, yo, check out this X-ray of fucking huge pickles in this guy's ass. You know,
But that's fun though. That's fun.
That is funny.
everywhere they do that.
I remember even in second grade, like you forget your sweater, so you go to Lost and Found. After you find your shit, you're like, what else is in here? Like, damn!
Lost and Found,
This is a
evidence
fucking
room.
lunch pail. Look at this.
Has your dad seen the document? Not the documentary. Has he seen the show?
No, he hasn't watched it yet.
You know, there's like a bunch of them. Has he ever seen any at any point?
I'm curious to see if he were to watch the show, and I'm curious to see if he would like point out anything that would be like.
they should have interviewed him.
There's
interview-
very few
no.
people that could watch Dahmer and just go, "Pfft, that didn't happen. Like, that's pretty tight to be one of those people. Yeah.
When he talks about it, is it like he remembers the glory days, or is he like perturbed by it and doesn't want to bring it up because it was so dark?
No, he'll definitely talk about it.
Yay.
That's fucking wild, dude. Just to be a part of like one of the most notorious like fucking serial killers of all time.
Do you think he would say that's the worst thing he's seen on the force, like when he was active?
I mean, he's definitely seen in-person stuff because that was just photographs. But I mean, as a cop, you see a lot of crazy things. I mean, you show up on a scene, like, you know, you know what the
But you know, there's like
body
a
looks
there's like a
dismembered,
darkness,
you know
right?
what
Like
I mean?
if I were to go into a room and I saw like hypothetically the gore of like a dismembered body, and that was like
fucks you up.
but like a 1-in-1 case versus like the gore of a dismembered body, knowing that this was a pattern of like 17 other victims, and you know what I mean? Like there's a mental darkness that goes on.
Yeah.
I feel like the context is huge. You know what I mean? I can only imagine being a lieutenant of a person who. Of a department that couldn't catch this guy for too.
That's the thing. They got so much backlash from
Yeah,
it.
so you're also dealing with that stress. So even if he's a lieutenant over his buddies that are getting backlash from like nationwide media,
Nationwide, yeah.
and probably an entire like diaspora of like a culture that's like, you know, like you guys didn't fucking save this ethnic group, like, you know.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like that must have been years of stress too, because they didn't catch this dude for a long time. Or do you think like they have that moral responsibility? Do you think your father was carrying that kind of weight for his department?
I mean, probably.
That sucks.
Yeah, that was heavy.
That's heavy as
But
fuck.
like I said,
made it too real.
there was just so much shit going on back then, though.
You just got to keep going, yeah.
Terrible crimes happening at the same time just because of the state of where Milwaukee was in. You know, it just happens they slipped up on a huge serial killer.
That's true, because if you go into work and then you're dealing with like 10 different gangs that are going through war, and then you have a serial killer, and then you have a bank robber, and then you have all these like rape cases and all these domestic violence cases, and you just go to work and you're just like, how does this city operate with all this fucking crime? I bet that's how all major cities are. Because if you look at the city stats, even within LA, these smaller cities, every year there's a murder. Every year there's like someone getting like home invasion, whatever. Just look at your police department for your small little like area, it's crazy. And
It might
it's like,
even be
none
a
of this shit
murder a
makes-
week, even.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
And just as you, I would imagine if there was like serial killers, there's probably also like serial detectives that are also like mentally in a just different wavelength and frequency of like the way that.
Like civilians that are detectives?
No, the idea of like imagine like a detective, right, who is working on a case and like that fucking case.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, for like years though. Like maybe they can't fucking close this case. They're trying to search for one guy, but they get like really.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
a Zodiac killer.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
could also imagine the other side, almost that anti-hero kind of like narrative, right?
Yeah.
And imagine just fucking literally trying to capture one of the most notorious serial killers in history.
But they just didn't know he was a serial killer
Until they got him,
found
right?
the head, and then there's all the evidence.
That's
you know?
true. That's
'Cause-
true. So you're almost oblivious to the darkness.
Yeah, because people were really upset about that kid. Even though this is what I don't understand how they could let it go, but that kid had a hole in his head because he was trying to give him a lobotomy to become a zombie. I don't know how they didn't see it, but you know, cops show up. There's like shootings. There's people down happening in the city all the time, and then they see like these drunk kids on the side of the street. You know, they just let it go. Big mistake, but you know, their priority, the police department was like, you know, go after the big stuff. They just didn't know it yet. Obviously, they took action when they figured out
That's
what was
true,
going
yeah.
on.
What's
but-
the major industry of Milwaukee? Because it sounds like a shithole. I would
Sounds like a beer. There's a beer factory, isn't there?
The tools, dude.
Milwaukee's known for beer, for sure.
And lobotomies.
So everyone works at the beer.
There's a ton of breweries down there.
Because remember that
Wisconsin's
one,
dairy.
they'll be like Milwaukee Brewed, and then they there's a Coors Light or something.
It's like a pride.
Our
Wisconsin cheese.
Yeah, our baseball team's the Brewers.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of beer and then a lot of dairy.
Dahmer was
Cheese steak.
alcoholic.
I see.
Connection.
TBRs.
Connection, maybe.
Did your dad ever tell you that he didn't want you to be a cop or that he wanted you to be a cop? Did he?
You think I was ever gonna be a cop?
Believe in yourself.
I've seen you play a cop.
Maybe he wanted you to be one. Did he ever want you to be one?
Yeah, stay in the family business.
I don't think so. I think like
Could have been a brewer.
I mean he saw a lot of stuff happen. It wasn't pushed on any of his kids to become cops.
Do you think he was like a dancer?
Yeah.
Dancer.
Why?
Disappointed.
I know.
You can't arrest anyone as a dancer.
Yeah. You can't even do a citizen's arrest. Arrest as a dancer.
Of course, we're ending a Dahmer video with dancers. Just fucking great.
Citizen.
Dancers are athletes, Anthony.
Shut up.
Oh, you got pass this to Anthony. This is large.
You got 10.
This is large.
This is large, but they put medium.
I got a 10-piece chicken nugget.
Give this to me.
Thank you.
Chicken nuggets.
mine.
Oh, look at all the steam.
Who got chicken nuggets, yo?
I did.
I got 60.
You got
I got
6 piece?
10-piece.
Wait, is that a 10?
Is this extra ice? Yup.
Oh.
We got big doubles.
Oh, I got a McDouble with no cheese though.
Diet.
I don't know. That's mine.
That's me.
I got a diet.
I got McDouble with no cheese.
Boom.
Did someone get
What kind of
some
sauce you
diet
get?
shit?
No, this got cheese, dude.
This
I don't want a
is this is gonna
McDouble.
go in the OTR.
I got one.
Did someone get a root beer? It says other.
That's probably Coke Zero.
I got
Oh.
I'm gonna eat it quick.
Double quarter pounder with cheese.
What is this? Is this
You
iced
guys are
tea?
not passing it fast enough.
Sorry,
This is
sorry.
iced tea?
Why does everybody got so much
Mayonnaise.
anxiety?
Cause it's
Mayonnaise.
McDonald's.
Give him the fucking mayonnaise one too.
All right, who got fries?
That's Ryan.
I got medium fries.
You got medium fries? Grab your medium fries.
McFlurry.
Yeah, they're all medium.
They're right about both sides.
McFlurry,
right?
baby.
Is tea?
I got
Someone get a tea?
Diet Coke.
Someone got a tea, huh?
I got a Coke.
I did. I got sweet tea.
Oh, thank you, man.
You got a large?
Diet Coke.
Who's got regular
Medium.
fries?
Oh, diet right here. Boom.
Cute.
What's that?
I fucking got into a fight with the pillow and my neck's all tight. It's been tight for 2 days.
Got a fight with a pillow.
Are there straws?
Oh shit, we don't got straws.
Fuck.
We got there's straws. There's a
Straws.
Oh, we need McDonald's straws.
No straws.
God damn it! There's straws behind you.
I ordered straws too. Them. You gotta have the McDonald's straw too, cause it's bigger.
Sticker.
What else have we got?
Joe.
Who got sauces,
Your
bro?
nuggets
Thank
are
you.
spilling.
Nick.
Mick, catch it.
Where's Anthony? This was waiting for his food to get older.
Wait, is this my McDouble? Who got a McDouble?
I got a McDouble.
I got one without cheese.
Yo, why is Anthony waiting for his food to get older?
I know.
Again.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wait,
Oh, fuck, I didn't
Wait, I didn't even get a drink. I didn't even get a drink here.
I got a Coke. I got a regular Coke.
Regular
Medium Coke.
Diet.
Wait,
Hey, Kristen.
where's my buffalo
Anthony.
one?
Buffalo.
No buffalo.
Who took my buffalo sauce? All right.
Oh.
What do you get?
Hey, you guys need ketchup?
You got ranch?
Yeah.
I don't think they gave us ranch.
I got one. I'm chilling.
I got him.
Yo, we got like 10 pies here.
I might take one. I didn't order one, but if
Whose Coke is this?
I think that's yours.
Hey,
yo.
where's the McFlurries?
All right. What's that one then?
This is other. This is Anthony Lee's.
They forgot the McFlurries, dude.
Oh no, I put it in the freezer
Oh,
already.
you did?
That's how
Okay,
fast
okay.
I am.
There's two of them.
guy-
that's smart.
There's two. There was two.
Damn, bro.
I did.
Oh, there's two of them?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good executive decision, my boy.
What about the pies? What about the pies?
Wait, what sauces did you guys get?
I got barbecue.
I got mine.
Okay,
You better not touch
How
my
do you
fucking
know
sauce, my boy.
who's what's pies? I think these are.
Hey,
I think
somebody's
these are
calling
all
you.
apple
And
pies.
those are pumpkin, no?
No, there's two of them are pumpkin.
No, but then they didn't give you guys pumpkin. They gave you 4 apple pies.
They probably ran
I'm
out.
recording this, by the way.
Great.
I'm putting
probably
this
ran
in
out.
Hey,
the
we have napkins here.
Apple pie. Apple. Oh no, pumpkin pie.
There's a bunch of napkins right there. Can you hook me up with some of those napkins, somebody?
Oh, this is a pumpkin pie.
Yes.
All right, guys. You're welcome.
Did you get C?
You're welcome.
No, I didn't get C this time.
Thank you. Isn't it nice that I changed the plans? Isn't it nice?
You dropped the fry.
no.
You gotta eat it.
Yo, the fries we saved, but you gotta eat them fresh right away. Okay. And they didn't add ketchup because they fucking do this all the time now. They never add ketchup even when you ask.
I ordered a shit ton.
McDonald's, you better change your shit because we love you. But ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you son of a bitch. You do this because you're cheap bastards now. You don't want to add ketchup. But it doesn't feel like a complete meal unless you put ketchup in the bag. You always have to ask, oh, can I get a few ketchups? Every time. They don't do that anymore.
And it's not just this McDonald's.
How do you like your double quarter pounder?
It's really, really beefy.
Beefy, right?
Yeah.
Beefy thing.
I forgot how beefy it is.
Hell yeah.
Because I usually just eat Big Macs.
No, it's beefy. That's why I like it. But then with mac sauce is better. But mayo's pretty good too.
Hey, you want some cheese, man?
What did the slides say? Oh wait.
Oh, I'm
Cheers, Anthony.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know
Cheers.
Who it is. I know who it is. It's
Nuggies.
the Astro Boy slippers.
Nuggies.
Dude, the sesame seed bun is just stupendous.
You're just
Look
recording
how
on that
greasy
side?
this is on the outside.
I record on all.
Good.
And then I stop
That's
it.
lovely.
Oh,
That's a thick
these
boy.
are recording too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I
this
usually
was
get.
first,
'cause
and then I
you-
recorded
I
the
told
others
Bart to
once
just
I
get me
got
what he gets.
Gotta
And
go
this thing
mac
is
sauce.
fucking
Yeah, I
dead.
do.
That's why it's so
They look at me
beefy.
like an asshole. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
they
"Yeah,
do.
look at you fucking that stuff."
Beefy
They
Bart.
look at you like,
It'd be fun to be like, Steve sent this in, and then get him on the phone and have him like do some on-the-spot correspondence.
yeah, like, what are your thoughts?
So Steve, we have Steve on the field.
He's just at home recording himself.
We'll do that.
I should do that next time, cause I get these. I get these.
I get this.
I get this.
It's a double.
Hello, hello, hello.
Goddamn. Yeah, these are good. I like McDoubles.
I wish I had something cool to say like Joe.
Double,
but
just a double.
I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
So, guys, an Asian man walks into a bar.
He's already waiting over.
He loves it. Joe loves it.
Has no context. So he walks into a bar, he sits down, he's by himself, and the bartender comes up and he has this really cool little box. And he goes, hey man, you wanna see what's in my box? And the guy's like, sure, why not? He opens the box and it's so magical. There's this little man just playing the piano, Beethoven, Mozart, the most beautiful music he's ever heard in his life. He closes the box. The guy that's at the bar, he's like, yo man, like, I gotta know how you did that. You gotta tell me. And he's like, okay. You have to go to the alley. There's a genie out there. You can ask him for anything that you want. And the guy's like, sick, man. 100%. So he goes into the alley, and there's a genie. There's a genie standing there, and the genie's like, you can have one wish, anything you want. And the guy's like, he's really struggling right now. That's why he's at the bar. You know, he's having a down moment, struggling financially. So he goes to the genie. He's like, I want $1 million right now. You know, it would change my life. $1 million, that's all I need. The genie's like, poof, got you, man. So he goes back into the bar. and it's filled with 1,000,000 ducks. And he's pissed, and he goes to the bartender. He's like, "What the fuck, man? I asked for $1,000,000, and there's 1,000,000 ducks here." And the bartender goes, "You think I asked for a 12-inch pianist?"
It's because he's Chinese and he has a bad accent. It's like a weird
Dun,
accent.
dun.
Is that what it is?
So